Well, good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful day for an auction. As most of you know, we are selling here today for the Baumann family. Thank them for giving our company the opportunity to handle this sale for them and their family, and we appreciate that. A great group of people to work with, and we've enjoyed it, and we appreciate them giving us the opportunity to sell for them. So we're selling the farm here today to help settle the estate. We've got an outstanding opportunity, we think. It's a great location, prime farmland, and it's all going to be selling tonight. The only thing we need to determine here tonight is who's going to be the buyer and how much they're going to pay. So that's the two things we need to work on. And we look forward to being able to give you all an opportunity to bid and buy tonight. I want to start by briefly going over some of the terms of the auction, just so that everybody understands. I'm not going to go through all the terms, but I'm going to hit some of the highlights. You do need to put 10% down here today if you're the high bidder. We will take a good check, personal check, company check, but you need to put 10% down here today if you're the high bidder. Now, this deposit that you put down here tonight is not refundable if you, the buyer, cannot or will not carry through with the purchase. Your bidding is not conditional upon financing, so you need to make sure you're able to come up with all the money within the 45 days after closing. The terms and conditions of the auction are governed by the buy-sell agreement. That's in the bidder's packet. If you didn't get a bidder's packet and you want one, raise your hand. We'll run one out to you. But that's where the buy-sell agreement is. That basically will govern the closing terms for the sale of the real estate here tonight. But the property does sell as is where it is. There's no warranties of any type on it. Any improvements which might need to be made would be the responsibility of the buyer. The information advertised or stated was derived from sources believed correct, but we don't guarantee it. You need to have looked it over on your own and rely on your own judgment and inspection of the property and records. The property dimensions are based on what the township and the county had and their approximations. The property does sell subject. It will sell free of any and clear of any liens, no liens on it. But if there's easements and so on, of course, they go with the land you're buying with those easements in place. Any announcements made at the auction site take precedence over printed material. Now, the closing is going to be held within 45 days after the auction. And so you put your 10% down here tonight. The balance, the 90%, is going to be due at the closing. The seller's going to pay the taxes and assessments that are due on it before the auction. You, the buyer, are going to take over for anything that comes after this. There's no proration, so the bills that were due before are paid by the seller. Anything that comes up will be paid for by you, the buyer. Possession for parcel 5 will be after September 13th. That's the parcel with the building on it, the full building. The rest, you can take possession at closing. Okay? The sellers will provide you, the buyer, an owner's title insurance policy in the amount of the purchase price. So you'll get title insurance paid for by the seller. Closings will be held with a local title company. Closing fees, typically they're about $450, will be divided evenly between the buyer and the seller. So if you're the successful bidder here tonight when the auction's over, you're going to need to go to our closing table, which will be right up front here, and sign the buy-sell agreement immediately following the conclusion of the auction. And at that time, your check gets endorsed as a non-refundable deposit on the property, and individual purchases are to be considered as a singular transaction, not contingent on purchases of other properties on the auction. The auction is conducted at the sole discretion of the auctioneer, and any bids may be recognized at their discretion. You know, the last auction we had, I told everybody, I feel really powerful when I can say that, you know. It's conducted at my sole discretion. And that's way more power than I have at home. I got very little at home, so this makes me feel really good. And then you know what? My boys played that to my wife. It was recorded. And I got in bigger trouble when I got home over that. Am I being recorded again? Oh, here we go again. Bigger hole yet. Okay. There is some new data available. Hopefully you all had a chance to grab that. If you didn't, it was a single sheet of paper. It's an updated announcement. If you need one, raise your hand. We'll run it out to you. Otherwise, hopefully you all grabbed it, and I'll read through it too. Okay, continuing on here. Bidding is by the parcel, it's not by the acre. So when you bid, and you bid 200,000, and you get parcel number 1 or whatever one it is, you're paying 200,000 for the whole parcel, regardless of the amount of acres that's in it. So the bidding is by the parcel, not by the acre. The real estate is zoned agricultural. Now the buyer can build a single new home on any of the parcels that are large enough for that. And as I mentioned, we'll be selling the additional rights to build a non-farm residence after the auction, and I'll go through that in just a minute. 3% buyer's premium will be in effect. So here's the example. If the high bid on the parcel is $300,000, we'll add 3% to it. That means your purchase price will be $309,000. That's what the buy-sell agreement will be written up for your purchase, $309,000. So take that into account as you bid. You do have a 3% buyer premium added to your high bid. Future land division rights were noted. Those are per the state, and those will transfer to the buyer, typically written right on the deed. Now, the local townships are more restrictive, and they don't allow you to divide as much as the state does, but we still have to assign the state division rights so that they are available if the township will change their regulations. There is a water line easement going over a portion of parcels 4 and 6. In the updated title commitment we did, it does list that. In the original title commitment that was in the buyer's package, in the bidder's package, it didn't show that. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that, in case you got one of the early title commitments. The real estate does sell with no minimums, no reserves to the high bidder. Go into a new home, you just have to figure out who it is. Okay, I said this once, a home can be built on each parcel offered on the auction. After these homes, the township will only allow, according to the current rules, 4 additional non-farm parcels in which a home can be built. Since there's only 4 available, we'll be offering these 4 future opportunities for a non-farm parcel at the auction once we're done with the real estate. Only the buyers of the real estate can bid on these. So, if it would happen that they all go to one person, I don't think he's going to probably bid against himself. So he'll probably, if there's one person buys it all, you'll get those land divisions. But if we sell more than one, then we'll offer them out, and we'll see who wants to pay the most for them, and you can take 1, 2, 3, or all 4 of them. There are copies of the revised and updated title commitment at the registration table for your inspection. These were revised from what was in the original bidder's packet. Parcel 9 is 29.96 acres. That's what we had in the brochure and advertised. That's not different. But I just wanted to make sure you understood that that's 10 acres more than what was originally owned by the trust and what showed in the township records for this parcel, because 10 acres was recently added to this parcel from one of the Baumann children's ownership. So that's the reason why there's 10 extra acres in parcel 9 from what the township originally showed, making it 29.96 or basically 30 acres. And then a sketch showing a portion of land of approximately 3 acres in size that was removed from parcel 6 is available at the registration desk. Now, again, we have this shown accurately on the brochure and in the bidder's packet, but again, this was something that was done recently, so the township and the county did not have it updated. I'm just making sure everybody understands that. It has been filed with the county, but our current title commitment did not reflect that this portion of land was taken out of parcel 6 and added to the existing dike parcel. So parcel 6 is approximately 15 acres. I had listed 15 and a half, but when I did the calculations on it, I think it comes out closer to 15. So that's the only really change in size of a parcel, and that's parcel 6 is half acre smaller, I think, than what we had originally thought it was. All right, continuing on, how the auction is going to be conducted. We're going to conduct the auction in such a way that we allow bidding on individual parcels and bidding on any combination of parcels throughout the auction. The bids and the buyer's numbers are going to be written up here on the board for everybody's viewing. We're going to start out by offering the parcels individually, and then we'll allow combination bids. This is it's a very fair way. It allows buyers the opportunity to buy if you desire. If you just want one parcel, you have that opportunity. If you want to buy it all or get none of them, you have that opportunity. You can bid on them all, combine them all together. And any combinations that you want, we'll take as we go on throughout the auction. So the winning bids will more than likely change throughout the auction as we maybe get different combination bids. So the bids that are in the winning position currently will have a red star by it. You see we got the red stars up there? If your number's up there with a bid, but it doesn't have a red star, you need to raise your bid if you're not going to own it, okay? So the ones that are in the winning position will have the red star by them up there. No parcel of real estate is sold until the entire auction's over and the auctioneer announces the auction is complete. It's important to know, if you do place a bid, hang around if you got a bid on the board, because every once in a while, you're maybe at your limit and you are not in the winning position and you think it's all over with, but maybe somebody else comes along and buys every other parcel but the one you wanted and pays enough so that they get in the winning position, and that brings you back into the winning position and you didn't even have to bid. So once in a while that happens, so hang around if your number's up on the board. When we get near the conclusion of the auction, when the bidding slows down, we give a time limit for a bid. If you don't get a bid in that time limit, that's when the auction ends, and that's when all the real estate is sold at the same time. If we do get a bid during that time limit, we restart the clock and give those that were knocked out at the last minute there the opportunity to bid again. And so we basically go until that clock runs out without any bids. We got plenty of bid assistants here to help you during the bidding. If you have any questions about what you need to bid in order to bid or whatever, they will be more than happy to help you. I want to give you just a brief description of the land. I'm going to go through it, guys. Did you take it? Unbelievable. It's hard to get good help nowadays, folks, I'll tell you. Thanks, Chuck. Is this mine? I don't think it is. But it doesn't make that big a difference. Anyway, I know you've all looked it over, so I'm not going to waste your time going through a big, long description of it, but I just want to make sure everybody's clear. So parcel 1 is 20.13 acres. Somebody pointed out to me tonight that in the bid packet, we had a typo, and I think in one spot it said 30.13. It is 20, okay? Parcel 2, 59.29 acres. Parcel 3, 36.13. So parcel 1 has frontage on Van Buren and 120th. 2 is on 120th, and 3 is on 120th. Parcel 4 is 39.5 acres prime farmland, and that includes the grain bins. And that has frontage on 124. Parcel 5 is 0.7 acres, and that has the pole barn. It's got a little bit of frontage that runs out to 124 too. Parcel 6, 15.5 acres, off on 124, mostly all tillable, good land. Parcel 7, 29.85, frontage on 128, mostly all tillable. Parcel 8, 39.87 acres, and that has frontage on 2 roads, extending from 124th to 128, and that's mostly all tillable. And then parcel 9 is almost 30 acres, prime farmland, frontage on 128, and that too is mostly all tillable. Okay, let's see here. There's a total of 270.43 acres approximately. 270.43 acres is what there is for a total. All right, we're about ready to go. I'm going to introduce our auction team, and then we'll be ready to start, I think. On my left is Austin Miedema. That's my brother Scott's son. We got a couple of people that want to bid on the internet, and we set it up. Since there was only a couple of them, we're going to do it by the phone instead. Austin's going to be dealing with one. My son George Miedema is going to be dealing with the second one. How many of you have never attended a real estate auction? I got to know if we got experienced people or not. Raise your hand if you have. Oh boy, quite a few. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sell something just for fun to start this off, so that you get an opportunity to hear how we call the bids and how it works before you have to start bidding hundreds of thousands of dollars on real estate, okay? So, we're going to sell these flashlight, mag lights. You got one? Yeah? And these folks have our logo on it and our name, Miedema Auctioneering. So we think someday they're going to be pretty valuable. You got to really know why. Those of you that know us, you know that we're pretty tight, so there's going to be a very limited quantity of those ever made. So you might want to get in and buy. These are the only items on the auction. If you're the high bidder, you don't have to pay for it, okay? We're doing it just for fun. We're giving everybody an opportunity to hear how it works. So those of you that have been to an auction, help us out. Here we go, just for fun. Whatever bid, will give me $5 million to start. Remember, you don't have to pay for it. Thank you. Now $6 million to bid. $6 million way back. Now $7 million to bid to go. Now $8 million to bid. I'm going to get 8. Yes, 8. Now 9. $9 million. Now 10. $10 million to bid to go. 10. Now 11 million. Hey, we got 2 of them. We better have 2 of them out. We're never going to get done. What were we up to? 11 million? Yeah. Sure. Jeff, I am glad you're the high bidder. I know you got a lot of money. Like I said, you don't have to pay the $11 million, but please leave us a check with a 3% buyer premium on the way out. You do that, we'll be happy. Very happy. But that's kind of how it works, folks. If you want to bid, raise your card or raise your hand. If you have a question, you wave us over. We'll make eye contact with you. It won't be that like the Budweiser commercial you see on TV or stop buying something when you're itching your nose or ear or something like that. We'll make eye contact with you. If you want to bid, get your card up, and we will turn your bid in for you. Ladies and gentlemen, outstanding opportunity. Farmland in this area rarely is available to the public. Typically, it sells before you know about it. Typically, it stays in family often, or it goes to a friend or something like that. Folks, today you've got the opportunity to buy land that's been in the Baumann family for decades. And it really is almost like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because the next person that buys it could hold on to it for a few generations also. So you have an opportunity here today to buy land that's in a great location. Someday, probably a prime investment parcel. And you have the opportunity to own it and buy it here tonight. So don't miss out on it. We think it's an outstanding opportunity, and now is that opportunity because it's auction time. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with 1, 2, 3, or 4. And the high bidder can take any one they want of those 4 parcels. Your bid is by the parcel. If you want to take 2 of the parcels, it would be your bid price times 2, or 3 if you want 3, and so on. But we're just going to get this thing started. If you want 1 parcel, get in and buy it. You got your choice of 1, 2, 3, or 4. All right? Here we go. What it is. And folks, I want to tell you something. I don't care so much where we start out. My bigger concern is where we end up. So let's just get this started and going. We don't have to start really high. All right? Here we go. What is it? $300,000 to $200,000. $200,000 to $8. I'm going to get $200,000 to go. $200,000 to $8. I'm going to get $200,000 to who wants to start me off. $200,000 to $8. I'm going to get $200,000 to go. We got a 60-acre parcel, folks. Choice of the first 4. We'll give you 100 to go. $100,000 bid. Thank you. Now a quarter. $125,000 bid. Now a half. 100 and a half. Now 75. $175,000 bid. I'm going to get 75. Now 2. $200,000 bid. $200,000. Now a quarter. $225,000 bid. I'm going to get 200 and a quarter. $200,000 bid. I'm going to give a quarter. Folks, take the one you want. 1, 2, 3, or 4. 200 and a quarter. $225,000 bid. I'm going to get 6 quarters. Now a half. 2 and a half bid to go. Now 75. $275,000. Now 3. $300,000 bid. I'm going to get 3. $300,000 bid. I'm going to get $300,000 bid. I'm going to get $300,000 bid to go. 275. 3. Now quarter. $3.25 bid to go. $300,000 bid. I'm going to give a quarter. How about 10? Will that help you? 310. 300. That won't help you? Oh shoot. 300. Now 10. $310,000. You want to get 10? Thank you. 10. Are you bidding? 310. Now 20. 320 to bid. $320,000 bid to go. Your choice. $320,000 bid to go. 310, 20. $320,000 bid. I'm going to get 20. Yes or yes, you want to bid 320. Anybody else? 310 bid. $20,000 bid. I'm going to get 310. $20,000 bid to go. $320,000 bid to go. We'll hold it right there at 310. Which one did you want? Your number, guys. 801 takes 2. 801 takes 2. And I had 310,000. All right, we got 1, 3, or 4. All right? 1, 3, or 4, your pick on those. What if it didn't start me off? We'll give 150 to go. $150,000 bid. I'm going to give 100 and a half. $150,000 bid. Down 175. $175,000 bid. I'm going to get 60 then. $150,000. Now 70. $170,000 bid to go. 170. Now 80. $180,000 bid. I'm going to get 80. $180,000 bid. I'm going to get $70,000. Now 180 are out here. 180. You got your choice. 1, 3, or 4. $180,000. $180,000 down, Miedema Auctioneering, $170,000, $180,000 down, Miedema Auctioneering, $80,000 down, anybody else want in? $170,000 down, Miedema Auctioneering, $80,000, right here, $170,000. How many do you want? There's 4. 819. 170,000, 819. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to do, why don't we just do number 3? That's the bigger one, 36 acres. We're doing number 3. What if it start me off? We'll give 150,000 down, but I'm going to give 100 and a half. Give me 100 to go. 100,000 down, but to go. 100,000 down, but I'm going to give 100,000 down, but you got 100. Now 10. 110,000 down, now 20. 120,000 down, but now 30. 130,000 down, but to go on number 3. 130,000 down, but to go. 120,000 down, but to 30. 130,000 down, but to go. 130,000. Anybody else on number 3? 130. 120,000 down, but to 30. Now 40. 140,000 now you're out back there, Jerry. 140. 140,000 now, but I'm going to get 40,000 now, but I'm going to get 40. Now 50. 150,000 now, we're good to go. Now 60. 160 on number 3. 160,000 now, but I'm going to get 60,000 now, 70. 170,000 now, but I'm number 3. 170,000 now, but I'm 70. Now 80. 180,000 now, we're good to go. 180,000 now, but I'm going to get 80,000 now, but I'm now 90. 190,000 now, we're good at number 3. 190,000 now, but I'm going to get 190. 190,000 now, but I'm going to get 90. 180, 90,000 now, but I'm going to get 90. Yes. Now 200. 200,000 now, but I'm going to get 200 at number 3. 200,000 now, but I'm going to get 200. 200,000. 200,000. Anybody else? 200,000 now, but I'm going to get 200,000 at number 3. 200,000. 190,000 it is to 801. Now we're going to do number 1. 20 acres. Nice parcel of ground. This one has frontage on 2 roads, 2 folks, Van Buren and on 120th. All right. So 20 acres. How about it? We'll give you 100 grand for number 1. 100,000 now to live. 100,000 now, but I'm give 100,000. Yes, 100. Now 10. 110,000 now to get at number 1. 110,000 now, but I'm give 10. 20. 120,000. Now 30. 130,000 to number 1. 130,000 now, but I'm give 30. I'm going to 120 now, 30,000 down, but I'm going to get 30,000 to number 1. 120 minimum 30. 120,000 now, 30,000 now, to go on parcel 1. 120 now 30. 125 now 30. You're out there. 130. Got 125. 130. 130,000 now to go on number 1. 125. And this one in at number 1. 130,000 down, but it's 30. Now 5. 135. Your turn. 135,000 now, but I'm going to get 35. 130. Now 5,000 now, but I'm going to get 135 to go. Right back there. 130 is right up. Number is
856.
856. You'll have a chance. Yeah. 856. You'll get a chance. All right. Now we'll go to number 5. It's 0.7 acres. This has got the pole barn on it. All right. Remember, you don't take possession until in September sometime, but a nice little pole barn on it, pretty good shape. You know what it looked like to me. 0.7 acres with a barn. What do you want to give on that? 25 grand to start. 25,000 down to bid. 25,000 down to bid. Yeah. Hey, I got 3 bidders. You can share it. We got 75 grand. How's that? Yeah. 25. Give me 30 then. Now 35. 35. Now 40. Now 5. 45. 50. 50. Now 5. Now 60. Now 5. Now 70. Now 5. 75,000 down to go. I'm getting 70,000 down to about 5,000 down to now 80. 80. Now 5. 85,000 down to go. 85,000 down now 90. 90. Now 5. 95,000 down to about 95. 90,000. We'll tell you when you're paying too much. Just keep it. Now come on. 90. Now 5. We've never had to tell anybody to pay too much, but we would. We had to. 90. Now 5. 95. On parcel 5. The pole barn. 90 now 5,000. Anybody else want to see me on that? 95,000 down to bid. I'm going to get 95,000 down to bid. Anybody else? 95,000 down to bid. Hold it right there at 90,000. Number was?
807.
807. All right. We're just going to do number 6 by itself. It's a little smaller. Parcel 6 is 15 acres. Frontage on 124th, mostly all tillable. About 15 acres on number 6. Here we go. What did it bid 100 to go? 100 down, down, bid about to give 100 down, down, bid about to give 100. 100 down, down, bid about to give 50 and go. 50 down, now to bid. Now 60. 60 down, down, bid about to get 60. How about 60 down, now to bid to go? How about 55? 50 down 5. But number 6. 55 down, now to bid to go. 55 down, 60 down, down, bid about 60 down, down, bid about to get 60 down, down to bid to go. 60 now bid about to get 60 down, down to bid to go. 55 even 60. $60,000 to bid to go. Now 5. 65,000. You know it's a great buy. $65,000 to bid to go. 65,000. 70. 70,000 down. Bid about to get 70. 70,000 down. Bid about to get 70,000 down. Bid about to get $70,000 to bid to go. 65 and 70 your turn. $70,000. You say yes. 70. Now 5. 75,000 down. Bid about to get 75. 75,000 down. Bid about to get $75,000 to bid to go. 75. 80. 80,000 down. Bid about to get 80. 80,000 now, but about to get 75, and 80,000 now, but about to get 80. Now 5. 85,000 now, but to go. 80,000 now, but about to get 85,000 now, but about to get 85. 85,000 now, but about to get 85. 85,000 now, but about to get 85,000. Yes, yes. 85,000 now, but to go, and here we go. 80,000 last call. Here we go. 85,000. Yes, yes. 85,000 now to bid. 80,000 it is. 801. All right. Now we're going to give you a choice of 7, 8, or 9. All right, 7, 8, or 9. They're all the parcels that they all have frontage on 128. Parcel 8, the larger parcel, has frontage on both 124 and 128. Mostly all tillable. So your choice: 7, 8, or 9. Take your pick. I'm bidder. All right, here we go. What is it? Start with Tom. Here it is now. What do you need to go to get? You tell me. $200,000 bid. $200,000 bid. About to get $100 and a half. 100. Thank you. Now 175. $175,000 bid to go. Now 200,000 now quarter. 2 and a quarter down bid. About you're on the front. 200 and a quarter. 200,000. Yes, you say yes on a quarter. 2 and a quarter down bid to go. 200, you got 7, 8, or 9, your choice. 200 and a quarter, $200,000 to about to give a quarter down to go down to $200 and a quarter down to go. I'm bid $200,000 about to give a quarter down to go 2 and a quarter. Now a half, 2 and a half to go. 200 and a half, oh 35. Would that help? 235 to bid. $235,000 about to get 35. 2 and a quarter down, $35,000 about to get 235. $235,000 about to get 235. Did anybody else want in? $235,000 to go to 235 on number 7. $235,000 to go. Hold it right there. I didn't say choice off. 2 and a quarter. Which one did you want? Number 8. Made you nervous with that. All right, so you took number 8. 801. So we got 7 or 9. They're both roughly 30 acres. 7 or 9, they're both roughly 30 acres. How about it? How about it? What do you want to bid? Start me off. 100 and a half. We'll give 100 and a quarter. $125,000 down, but about to give $125,000 to go. $125,000 we'll give me $100,000. Start it off. $100,000 to bid. $100,000 to bid. About to give $100,000. They got 50. Now 75. $75,000 to bid. About to get $75,000 to go. $50,000 to bid. About to get $60,000 to bid. $60,000 to bid to go. 7 or 9. $60,000 to bid. Now 70. $70,000 to bid to go. $70,000 to bid. About to get 70. Now 80. $80,000 to bid. About to get 80. Now 90. $90,000 per. $90,000 to bid. About to get 90. Now 100. $100,000 to bid. About to get 100. Now 10. $110,000 but he's about to get 10. Now 20. $120,000 but he's about to get 20. Now 30. $130,000 but he's about to get 20. 30. $130,000 to bid. Now 40. $140,000 but he's about to get 30. 40. $130,000 but he's about to get 40. You're all back here. 130. 40,000. Anybody else want in? 7 or 9? 130. Now 40,000 to bid. 130,000 but he's about to get 40,000 to bid. You're all done. 130 now 40. 130. You want both? They're both about 30 acres. 801, Beth.
Yeah.
Takes them both. Okay. We got you warmed up. So, we got bids on everything. Now is when it gets to be fun, folks. At this point, I don't do quite as much bid calling, although I will do some. But this is where you can tell us if you want to combine parcels together. If you want to bid on one, you can do it. But if you want to put 1, 2, and 3 together, or 5, 6, and 7, or however you want to do it, and our guys will be out there talking to you if you want to know what it takes. And if they can't figure it out with their calculator minds, Beth's got it on the computer. She'll be able to, yeah, why don't you project it on there? So you'll be able to tell us what you are interested in, and we'll help you out with the bid price. Any combos, anything you want to put together, tell us what you'd like to do, folks. It's your chance, folks, to tell us which ones you want to bid on, and we'll figure out what it takes to get in the winning position.
We got 360 on 7 and 8.
7 and 8 together. All right, so we're going to write it over here, folks. 7 and 8. And what's your bid, Chuck? 360,000. That is enough to put them in the winning position. And the number is 850. So I'm gonna give you a chance to look that over, and we'll offer that combo out because there's probably more of you that would like it. So 7 and 8 are the 2 parcels on the north that have frontage on 128. 8 actually has frontage on both 128 and 24. So you're getting 70, roughly 78, just shy of that. We're only at 360 on it. We're going to offer that combo up because there's probably more of you that would like it. So we're at 360 on 7 and 8 together. We'll give 370. $370,000 to bid to go. 7 and 8 together. $370,000 to bid. I'm going to get 370. $360,000 to bid. I'm going to get 370. 7 and 8 together. 370. Now 80. 380, you're out. $380,000 to bid. I'm going to get 80. $380,000 to bid. I'm going to get 370. Now 80. $380,000 to bid. I'm going to get 80. 370 on 7 and 8 together. How about 375? Would that help? 370 now $5,000 to bid to go to everybody else. 370 now $5,000. Now 80. $380,000 to bid. I'm going to get 80. $380,000 to bid. I'm going to get 80. We got 7 and 8 together. 380,000. $380,000 to bid. I'm going to get $380,000 to bid to go. $380,000 to bid to go. 7 and 8 together. Anybody else want in? You want to bid $380,000 to bid. I'm going to get 380 to bid. Now 90. $390 to bid. $390,000 to bid. I'm going to get $390. $390,000. I'll tell you what, great investment, guys. Get in and buy. 380. You got 70 acres. 390. $390,000 to bid. Everybody else want in? 380. 390. 7 and 8 together. Last call. 380. How about 385? Last call to bid. $385,000 to bid. I'm going to get 385. Yes or yes? 7 and 8. 385. 380 to 801. 380,000 to 801. So you'll notice the board changes. The stars go from here to the combo. All right. Tell us if you have any other combos, anything else you'd like to bid on. Any combo, any individuals, whatever you'd like to do, folks.
Yeah.
Number 9, what do you got? Well, that's way too low, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it's not in.
135, number 9, 140, $140,000 to bid, number 9, $140,000 to bid, about 140, a number 9, 140,000, folks, that's 30 acres. Only 140,000. 140 to bid, $140,000 to bid, about 40, number 9, $140,000 to bid, now 45, Chuck. 145 good to go. 145, 50, 150,000 now, but about 150 to bid. Number 9, 150,000 now, but about 150, 150,000 now 5, 155 good to go. 155,000 now to bid to go. 155. And number 9, 155,000. $155,000 a great buy. 155,000 now, but about 155. Yes or yes? I'm bid 150. Now 5. 155. Bid her again. 155 down with 155. He said no. Anybody else? Number 9. $155,000. 150,000 it is. You got the number, Chuck? 801. Okay. Anybody else? Tell us what combos, what you'd like to bid on, folks. Okay, we got a new combo, folks. Take a look. 3 and 4 together. All right. We're going to put 3 and 4 together. Let's look at your aerial so you know what we're talking about. That's a nice combo. 3 and 4 together. So it totals about 76 acres roughly. It's got the grain bins on it. And it's a nice parcel that runs east and west all the way from 120th all the way to 124th. Okay? So 3 and 4 together. 3 and 4 together. Again, you got about 76 acres there. What do you got, Chuck?
370.
370. We'll offer that combo out. 3 and 4 together. 370. We'll give 380. $380,000 bid. 3 and 4 together. 380. The bins and everything, folks. $380,000 bid to go. $380,000 bid about to get 380. $380,000 bid. Now 90. You're out, Chuck. 390 bid. $390,000 bid about to get 90. Now 400. $400,000. Now 10. 410 bid. Chuck, you're out. Now 20. 420 bid to go. 420. Now 30. $430,000 bid to go. $430,000 bid about to get 430. 420, 30. Now 40. $440,000 bid to go. $440,000 bid to go. 3 and 4 together, 440,000. 440, you say yes? 440. Now 50, Chuck. $450,000 bid. $450,000 now. Prime parcel of land, guys. 450. $450,000 bid about to get 440. Now 50. $450,000 bid about to get 450. Anybody else on 3 and 4 together? $450,000 bid about to get 450. 440,000 to 801. Your eye on that. And anybody that's got any combos or any individuals, let us know what you'd like to bid on.
Good call.
So board up to date. So we got 1 in at 130, 2's in at 310, 5's in at 90, 6 is in at 80, 9 is in at 150. Those are the individuals. So we got 3 and 4 together at 440, and we got 7 and 8 together at 380,000. Okay, we're going to raise number 1 by itself. And again, that was way too low. That first round is always that way. So we'll just offer it out again. Get you guys that maybe were kind of sitting back and waiting to bid. So number 1, it's 20 acres, got 135. This one's the parcel, Jordan, that you had, or Austin, you had a buyer thinking about. It's got frontage on Van Buren and 120th. We got 135 on parcel 1. We'll give 140. $140,000 bid to go on parcel 1. $140,000 bid about to get 140. Parcel 1. $140,000 bid about to get 35. Nobody else want in. 140 on parcel 1. $140,000 bid about to get 140 on parcel 1. $140,000. You were just bumped out, folks. If you want in, get back in. Now 145. $145,000 bid to go on number 1. $145,000 bid. 145. 140. Now 5. I got 145, 145, now 50 Jared, $150,000 good to go. Frontage on 2 roads, folks, don't miss it. 150, bid 145, 150, $150,000 with Eagle, I'm going to give $150,000 with Eagle, I'm going to give 145. Parcel number 1 is what we're selling. We'll give $150,000 bid to go. 145, $50,000 bid to go. Anybody else want in? 150,000, 145 last call. 150 down, you want in, Jared? 150,000 down, but Eagle, I'm going to give 50. 145 it is to 801. Got a ref? All right.
We can come back to that one later. Hey, you got the topos of that.
Tell us what you'd like to do, folks. Any combination, any individuals, however you want to do it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Four is going up to 250,000. That's the parcel with the grain bins. That'll put it in. Fire number 819.
Did you look at this?
Okay, he's going to go to 255 on number 4. Yeah. Same buyer, 819. So we'll offer that one again. 40 acres and the grain bins. We're at 255 on parcel 4. Who wants to give 260 on parcel 4 with the grain bin? $260,000 bid. $260,000 but Eagle, I'm going to get $260,000 in parcel 4. $260,000 but Eagle, I'm going to get $260,000. Anybody else? $260,000, $255 per bid with the grain bins and all, 40 acres. $260,000 bid to go. Stays at $255 and the buyer 819. Changes the board quite a bit. Let's make sure we're up to date. I've got 1 in and 2 in, and I've got 4 individually and 5. What? 3 individually in. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 all individually are in, and 6, and 9. And then the only combo is 7 and 8 at 380,000. All right. Board's up to date. Look for those red stars. Yeah. Hey, Chuck. We already got 260 at number 4. They were getting a donut and coffee and they didn't hear us.
Really?
Yeah. So we got 260 at number 4. You want to talk to your buyer and see if we give us 265? So we want to change that number. 260, number 4, 265. Jerry, you're out. 270. 270 with the bins and all. $270,000 now, but about to get 270. It's your turn. $270,000. 265 and 270. 265 and $270,000 good to go, Jerry. Yes, yeah. $270,000 now, but about to get $270,000 now, but about to get 265. $270,000 now, but about to get 270. Yes, we have to go. 270, now 5, 275, now 280, 280 to bid, $280,000 to bid to go. There's $300,000 just to put a good look on her. 270, what the heck, 265? 275, look at 280, 275 to 280, $280,000 now, but about to get 280, and number 4 with the grain bin. Now 285, 285 to bid to go on number 4, 285 to bid, now 290, $290,000 to bid to go, now 295, $295,000 but about to get 295, 295 on number 4, 40 acres with the grain bin, 295, $295,000 but about to get 295, you're out there, 295, nobody else want in, $295,000 but about to get 295, number 4, $295,000, grain bins and 40 acres. Anybody else? 295? Hold it right there at 290. Buyer 819. 290,000, 819. So the board pretty well stays the same. Right? Yeah. What other combos? Does anybody want to bid on it all? You can do that.
150.
You want to bid on just one? You can do that.
Yeah. You want to do it?
So we try to make it easy for you folks and let you bid any way you want. And hey, if your combo isn't in and you like it, even if you don't want to pay as much as it takes to get it in, put the number on the board. Because maybe somebody else will look at a different combo and then your two together will get you in the winning position. So don't be bashful. Let us know what you'd like to do. What do you got, Kurt?
Here we go. 485 on 3 and 4.
485 on 3 and 4. Okay, so let's look at that combo. It's 76 acres with the grain bins. And 801's the buyer. 3 and 4 together. It's the grain bins, and it's about 76 acres. We got 485 on 3 and 4 together. Who get 490? 490 on that all together. 490 Tom down, but I'm going to get 490. 485. The grape bins and the land of 3 and 4, 490. 490 Tom down, but I'm going to get 485. We get 490 and 3 and 4 together. 490 Tom down, but I'm going to get 490. I'm going to get 490 Tom down, but anybody else? Stays at 485 to 801. Yep.
300.
300 on number 4. 819. That'll put them back in, right? So, number 4, 40 acres with the grain bins. We got 300. Who get 305 on it? 305 on number 4. 310 then. 300, you want me to get 10 Tom nominee, you want me to get 310 on number 4. How about 305? 305 Tom now we're good to go on number 4. 305 Tom nominee, you want me to get 305,000 on number 4 to good to go. Do you want me to get 305? 300,000, 305 to bid. 305 Tom nominee, you want me to get 305? Save it 300,000 to 819. So look at the board now, folks. If you just came here to buy one parcel, you got lots of opportunities. Number 1's in at 145 by itself. Number 2's in at 310 by itself. Number 3's in at 190,000 all by its lonesome. Number 4, the grain bins in 40 acres, 300 grand. Number 5, the barn with a 0.7 acres is at 90. Number 6, a beautiful 15-acre parcel, 80 grand. Number 9, 30 acres, 150 grand is all. And then 7 and 8 together is 380,000. 7 and 8 together are about 70, 40, 30, 70 acres. Now what you doing, Chuck?
I think you start with this one.
What do you got, Chuck?
7,
7, 8.
and 9.
I knew somebody was going to
Is
come up with
that
that one.
535?
All right. So 7, 8, and 9. Look at that combo, folks. It's all that land that has frontage on 128, and 8 actually goes all the way to 124. So 7, 8, and 9, you've got 30 and 40 is 70 acres, and 30 is 100 acres. And how much, Chuck?
I need 535.
7, 8, 9, 100 acres. We need 535. Who wants to give it? 7. I got 535. Who else on that parcel? 100 acres, 7, 8, 9. Who get 540? 540,000 now to go. 7, 8, 9 together. 540. 540,000 now to get 540. 7, 8, 9 together. 100 acres. Beautiful land. Thank you. 540. You're out, Chuck. 545. 545,000 now good to go. 545 good to go. 540,000 now to get 545. Now 50. 550,000 now good to go. 545, 50. 545,000 now to get 550. 100 acres. 550,000. Now 555. 555 good to go. Now 60. 560 to bid. 550,000 now good to go. 100 acres. 560. Not too much, guys. That's a great buy. 560,000. $560,000 now, but about 100 acres. $560,000 $560,000 if anybody else want in. 560, 789, let's go. 565, 570, 570 bid. 570,000 now, but either I'm gonna get 70. 570,000 now, but either I'm gonna get 570 bid. Now 75, now 80, 580 to bid. 580,000 now, but either I'm gonna get 580. Now 85, now 590, 590 to bid. 590,000 now to bid to go. 590,000 now, but either I'm now 95, 595, 600,000 now to bid. 600,000 now, but either I'm gonna get 600. 600,000 now, but either I'm gonna get 600. 600, now 5, now 10, 610 to bid, 610 to bid to go, 610,000. That's a beautiful 100-acre parcel, folks. I knew there was going to be people after that. If you look at that parcel, where are you going to buy any? Where are you going to find any more prime parcel of farmland than that? Great, come there, farm 100 acres of beautiful farmland. What the hell's out there? And I've only got 605. You got 610. All right, you want to check on 615 right here? I got 610 up front, 15, now 20. It's a beautiful parcel, 100 acres, 620 on 789. 620,000 now to go. 620, surely there's got to be other people out there on that one. 620,000 now to go. 620,000 now, but ain't about to get 620 to everybody else on in. 620, 789 together. 620,000 now, but ain't about to get 620,000 now to go. Hold it at 615,000, your number. 849, thank you. That'll change the board. So we lose 7 and 8 here, Chuck. Right? And you put on 7, 9 is gone there. Beth, what do we got? Individuals? What would you got? Huh? 1 through 6 individuals are in. Okay? So folks, look at the board. All the individuals from 1 through 6 individual parcels are in. And then the only combo is the 7, 8, 9 combo at 615. Tell us what you'd like to do, folks. Great opportunities up there. Great location. I'll tell you what. I'm not saying you'll be able to do anything with it right away, but you could farm it for a lot of years and have something that's worth a lot of money down the road. It's a great parcel of ground. I think the location just can't be beat. And it's the kind of property that if you got money in the stock market, take it out and put it in here. It's a good way to go. You got money in the stock market? No, I never put any in for you. Great opportunity. I had to pay your tuition, Jordan. Hey, folks, you get a free donut with every bid. So don't miss out. Look at the board. See where things are at. You got 60 acres here, barely over $5,000 an acre. Don't miss out on number 2. You got 436 acres here at 190. 40 acres here at 300 with the grain bins, of course. You got the pole barn only at $90,000. You got number 6, 15 acres. Barely over $5,000 an acre, folks. I mean, my oh my, you can build a house on it. I think you could put a for sale sign out there tomorrow and make some money. And look at all the other ones, 7, 8, 9 together at 615. Folks, don't miss out. Tonight's the opportunity. Tomorrow's going to be too late. I'd like to hear that, Kurt. What do you got?
Everything but 4.
Everything but 4 and 5. So you're going to put 1 through 3 and 6 through 9. How many acres is that, Beth? 1 through 3 and 6 through 9. How much you got, Kurt? $1,345,000. Good, glad you got your zeros after that. 130, 230. 230 acres, you wanna rank that there, Kurt, so we know it? So, listen up, folks. This is the combo we're gonna be putting out there right now. It's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So, does not include 4 and 5. And it's 230 acres, and we're at $1,345,000. Look at $1,355,000 on that combo. 1 through 3, 6 through 9, 230 acres, $1,355,000. Who else wants in? $1,355,000 good to go. $1,355,000 I'm gonna give $1,355,000. $1,355,000 good to go. Anybody else want in? $1,355,000 I'm gonna give $1,355,000. Everybody else? $1,355,000 good to go. Do you want it? $1,355,000 stays at $1,345,000 to 801. So that really changes the board. Now we have the combo in here at $1,345,000 and 2 individuals in. So any of you individuals here still went up only $5,000, so you can jump in pretty easy yet. Raise it $10,000. Any of the bids $10,000, you'll be back in. Tell us what you'd like to do, folks. If you have a question about a combo together, however you want to do it. Okay, we got a bid on number 2. It's going to $325,000. Number 2, that's the 60, roughly just under 60 acres. You got 3 1/4, right, Chuck? So we'll offer that one out. Look at your aerial again on the brochure. Number 2, it's got all the frontage on 120th, about 60 acres of prime farmland. We're only at 3 1/4, folks. $5,000, just a little more. Great parcel. 3 1/4 on number 2. We'll get 330 on number 2. 330,000 nominated. I'm going to get 330. I'm getting 3 1/4. Now $330,000 good to go. 330,000 nominated. I'm going to get 330 on number 2. 330,000. 60 acres. 330,000 nominated. I'm going to get 3 1/4. We'll get 330. 330,000 nominated. I'm going to get 330. Yes or yes? $330,000 good to go on number 2. Okay, we'll hold it at 3 1/4 to 856. Well, that really changes the board. Like I said, Beth, that should be 850. Chuck, second mistake. You know what happens after 3? Well, he's got to work at night, so you pay.
Oh, really?
And no more donuts, Chuck. Okay, here's where we're at. Number 1's at 140. No, a little more. 145 on number 1, 3 1/4 on number 2, 190 on 3, 300,000 on 4, 90,000 on 5, 80,000 on 6, and then the combo 7, 8, 9 back in at 615,000. Is that right, Bob? Good. What would you like to do, folks? Combinations? Individuals? I'll tell you, you can get in pretty reasonable right now. Take a look at the board. Pretty good buys up there, folks. Don't miss out. You don't get the opportunity to bid on farm like this, land like this very often. And folks, the location. When you buy real estate, you know what the three things are: location, location, location. And you got it here. If not now, then certainly down the road. Prime investment property. Don't miss out. Because after tonight, it'll be too late.
You're not. All right. What you need?
Yeah, 745.
Yeah, 85 at number 6 and 85 at 2.
85 at number 6. Honestly, I'm surprised it's taken that long. You got 15 acres, folks. Number 6, we're only at 85,000. We're gonna offer that one out because it's just a fantastic buy. Somebody could make money on that probably tomorrow. 15 acres, all right. We got 85. We'll give 90 at number 6. 90,000 at number 6. $90,000 bid to go. 15 acres, only 90 grand, folks. Where in the world are you going to buy it for? I'll tell you what, you go look for real estate tomorrow for 15 acres, and I will just guarantee you ain't going to find it in that area for $90,000. So make some money. 85, number 6, we'll give 90. $90,000 bid. Number 6, $90,000 bid. I'm going to get 90. $90,000 bid. I'm going to get $90,000 bid to go. $90,000 bid. I'm going to get $90,000 on number 6. 85. 90,000. Bobby, I know you want it. $90,000 good to go. $90,000 bid. I'm going to get 90. Anybody else? Number 6. 90. Now 5. $95,000 bid. Now 100. $100,000 good to go. $100,000 bid. I'm going to give 100. 95 to 100 at number 6. $95,000 bid. I'm going to give $100,000 bid to go at number 6. 15 acres. 100. Now 5. 105. Number 6. $105,000 good to go. $105,000 bid. I'm going to give $105,000 bid. I'm going to give 105. We're bid 100 at number 6. 105. $105,000 bid. I'm going to give 105 bid to go. Yes, sir. Yes, Chuck. $105,000 bid to go. 105 tomorrow. You're going to wish you had, folks. 105. $100,000 bid. I'm going to give 5. Yes, sir. Yes. $105,000 bid to go on last call. 105,000. Now 10. 110. $110,000 bid to go on number 6. 105 to 10. $105,000 bid. I'm going to get 10. Number 6. $110,000 bid. I'm going to get 110. 105 to 10. Yes, 10. Now 15, Chuck. $115,000 bid to go. 110, 15. $115,000 bid. I'm going to get 15 and never buy for that tomorrow. $115,000 yes or yes. 115, say no, Chuck. 115. Anybody else? Number 1. Number 6. 115,000. Okay, 110,801. $1,775, Chuck. Who else would like in on any combos or individuals, folks? Look for the red star up on the board. I'll tell you where it's at. You can come up with a different combination if you want to. And if you haven't bid yet, Uncle Jake, you still can. Right now, if you want to, in fact. Anybody else? Got a question, folks? Let us know. Any combinations, any individual, all of it, however you want to do it. Any way you want, folks. So number one is at 145,000, 20 acres. Number two, 60 acres at 3 1/4. Looks like that's just a little bit over $5,000, not too much. Number three is 36 acres at 190. That's that's 55 or so, I'm guessing. Number four is the grain bins and 40 acres at 300. The pole barn's at 90. Pole barn's at 90. Then the 15 acres is at 110. Then we have 7, 8, 9 together at 615,000. And that's about 100 acres, not 7, 8, 9. So, I know there's some of you guys out there hanging back on this. It's about time to get in. Any combo, any individual, look where the red star is at, folks. You can look up here to kind of see how it's divvied up. Right now, you got 7, 8, 9 to 849. The green are all the 801. 850's got this one, and 819 has this one, and 807 has this one. So we got a few different buyers up there. Any combos, any individuals, whatever you want to do, folks.
It tells me our security is working, that's good.
Tell us what you'd like to do, folks. I don't want to put the clock on until you're ready for it, because once the clock goes on, the heat goes on a little bit, the heat turns up. So when we put that clock on, if there's no bid, the auction will be over. So if you want to get in on anything, or if you have a different combo, or whatever you want to do, let us know. Okay. Good time to get the clock going, guys.
Okay, so, your donuts didn't work.
Tell us what you'd like to do, folks. Get in for 150 on number 1, 330 on number 2, 195 on 3, 305 on number 4, 95 on 5, 115 on 6, 620 on the 100 acres, 7, 8, 9. All right. What do you got, Kurt? Everything but 5. So we got a new combo, folks. Everything but the pole barn. All right? What do you got, Kurt? For a number? 1,700,000. Okay, so we're gonna offer that out. Now where to put the commas on a number that big, sure? I thought so. Yeah, the problem is he's not used to working in such small numbers. His bank account's a lot bigger than that. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the only parcel not included is the 0.7 acres with the barn, pole barn. So we got about 270 acres, folks, at $1,700,000. 270 acres at $1,700,000. We'll give him $1,710,000 on all of it. $1,710,000, $1,710,000 to go on everything but the pole barn. $1,710,000. We'll give him $1,710,000 to bid to go. $1,710,000 now, but eat about a good $1,710,000 to bid to go. Everybody else want in on that one? $1,710,000. Everything but the pole barn. 270 acres. $1,710,000. We'll give him $1,710,000 to bid to go. Everybody else want in? $1,710,000. Stays at $1,700,000 to 801. Changes the board dramatically. We only have 2 bidders in now. That combo at $1,700,000. And the pole barn at $90,000. What did it go about 15? So anybody that was in before, we got to get 20 grand to get back in. So maybe a couple of you do 10, or maybe one of you do 20, or however you want to do it. Get you back in. Tell us what you'd like to do, folks. Some of you that got bumped out, you're free to get right back in. Any combo, any individual, folks, whatever you want to do. Right now we got 2 bids in. Combo of everything but the pole barn at $1,700,000. Pole barn at $90,000. Any combos, any individuals, tell us what you'd like, folks. Are you doing something, Chuck?
I'm gonna do something.
What do you got? Four is going to $315,000 to 819. Okay.
789.
789 combo.
35.
Going to 635. So we'll offer those 2 out in a minute. The grain bins, 40 acres. We're at 315. Anybody want to give? You need the buyer number in the last one. Chuck? Yes, 49. Okay, number 4, 40 acres with the grain bins. We're at 315. We get 320. $320,000 to bid to go. 320 grain bins, 40 acres. 320. $320,000 to bid to get 320. $320,000 to bid. You got some good bins. Anybody want it? 320 to bid to go on number 4. $320,000 to bid to get 320. Anybody else want to see me? We had a bunch of you bidding on it. Don't miss out. 320. 315 on number 4. 320 to bid. $320,000 to bid to get 320. Anybody else? 320. Stays at 315 to 819. Then this combo. 789. It's that nice 100-acre parcel. 789. Sits right next to each other, all contiguous. Got frontage all the way from 124th to 128th. We're at 635 on that 100 acres. Who gives 640 on 7, 8, 9 together? 640. 640 down, but Miedema Auctioneering 640 on 7, 8, 9. 640 down to bid. 640 down, but Miedema Auctioneering 640 on 7, 8, 9. Anybody else want to see me on that one? 640 down, what do we do? Anybody else? 640. Stays at 635, the buyer 849. Folks, the board changes quite a bit. Look up here, you can kind of see how it's broken down. Look up here. You can see 1's back in, individual. 2's back in. 3's back in. 4's back in. 5's back in. 6 is back in, individual. And then 7, 8, 9. Combo. So, you can get in on any of them, folks. Look at there. Any of them. Tell us what you'd like to do. Look for the red stars. Some good opportunities up there. Today you can pay just 1 bit more. But I wouldn't wait till tomorrow. Any combos, any individual, what do you want to do, folks? Folks, you look at where the stars are at. I mean, if you came here to buy 1 parcel, you've got an opportunity. Look at all these parcels individually. Don't miss out. Here's your opportunity. Maybe it's a little more than you thought, but I'll tell you what. I've paid more than I thought for real estate quite often, and typically it works out pretty good in the long run. The longer it's a good investment, you hold it for a while, and you make pretty good money on it. And I think with this land, where it's located, and the type of farm ground that it is, and how close it is to Holland and the highway, I'll tell you what, you're not going to beat it. So get in now on the ground floor. Anybody else? Tell us what you'd like to do out there, folks. Combos, individuals, all of it, whatever you want to do. What? That's nice. What do you got, Scott?
200,000 on number 3.
Number 3, 200 grand. Don't blame them a bit. It's 40 acres, almost 36. I guess, kind of rounded up. 200 grand. Beth, are you with me? So number 3, we're at 200 grand, and the buyer is 852. Who wants to give me 210 on number 3? 36 acres. Prime parcel of ground, will give me 210 on number 3. 200 to get 210, number 3. 210 down, but I'm going to get 200 to get 10. 210 down, but I'm going to get 210. How about 205? Would that help you? Number 3, 36 acres, 205. 205 down, but I'm going to get 205. 205 down, but I'm going to get 205. 205. Stays at 200,000, 852. Tell us what you'd like to do, folks. Lots of good opportunities out there. You know, a lot of times you come to these and you think, oh, it's all going to go to one buyer. But I'll tell you, tonight, you've got a great opportunity to get in on just 1 parcel. So don't miss out. Jerry, you just keep watch on the donuts or what? Wow. I'm wondering, I'm a little nervous about you over there. Any combos, any individuals, folks? What do you want to do? Good opportunities up there. Tell us what you'd like to do, folks. I want to give you enough time. I don't want to miss anybody, but I don't want to take all night either. We're not gonna keep it going too long. So if you're interested in something, right here's your chance. I do, Chuck. You're all got it on a keto time.
All right. Everything but 5.
Everything but 5. Yeah.
Here we go, 173.
1,730,000. Yeah. Okay. So everything but 5, right? Everything but the pole barn. We got 1,730,000. You want to give 1,740,000. 1,740,000. 1,740,000 now we're good to go. 1,740,000 on numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you got 270 acres of ground. You got the great bids, 1,730,000. We give 1,740,000 on that. 1,740,000 now to bid. 1,700,000. I can't hear you. 1,740,000. 1,730,000 now we're good to go on that one. 1,740,000. That doesn't change it. Chuck? That's a tie, so he's not in. You gotta go 5 more. So we'll go 1,735,000. Will they go 10 more just to? I'm just checking. All right. Yeah. 1,735,000. All right. So that changes everything. Now we're back to the one combo, and the pole barn was 90 at 90 grand, and we went up 5,000. So all it takes is 10 grand for any of you other folks that were in on some of the other combos or the individuals. Nice thing about buying here, folks, is you can see the interest, you can see what people are willing to pay. You know what you're paying is market value, so get right in and buy it. It's not what maybe an owner has a big, huge, tall price on it, but this is just one bit more than somebody else. Good opportunity, and it doesn't come along every day. Like I said at the beginning, could easily be that this farm stays in somebody's family now for another 100 or 200 years. Who knows? So don't miss out. Chuck?
645, Sid.
I'm 789, 645. 849, that'll change the board. I just think there's other people out there that want that 100 acres, Chuck. If there isn't, they ought to. They ought to. If I want to get 655 on 100 acres, 789, 655. Some of you guys sitting back there, 655,000 now we're good to go. 655,000 now, but I'm going to get 645 on 100 acres, 789, 655. 655,000 now, but I'm going to get 655 if you want it. 655,000 now, but I'm going to get 655 to get anybody else. 100 acres, 789. Guys, I don't know where you're going to get a better parcel of prime farmland, and then to add it on top of that, this benefit, the location that it's in. Hold it for 20 years. See where you're at. 645 is it. I think you're going to find a great investment. Anybody want to get 655? 655, last call is good to go on 789, 655. All right, leave it at 645 to 849. Look at the board, folks. Number one's at 145,000. Number two's at 325,000. Number three's only 200. Four's at 315. Five's at 90. Six is at 110. And 789 at 645,000. Tell us what you'd like to do, folks. Any combos, any individuals? However you want to do it.
Yeah.
We've got some active bidding yet, so I don't want to put the clock on until we have to, but it's going to get close. So tell us what you'd like to do, folks. An opportunity, folks. Your opportunity. You got a lot of individual parcels in yet. Anybody wants to see us on one of them, do it now.
Is it enough?
Otherwise, we're getting close to getting the clock going on. So get your bids in. Obviously, you can bid when the clock is on, but it puts a little more pressure on.
Alright,
What do you got?
everything but 5.
No way.
Yeah, wait.
All right.
To 1745.
1745. Everything but parcel 5. Open. We're at 1,745,000. All right. Anybody want to give 1,755,000 on that? 270 acres. 1,755,000. 1,755,000 on 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1,755,000. Who do want to know that? 1,755,000. That would have been to get everybody else wanting 1,755,000. Stays there at 1,745,000 to 801. About $5,000 out, wasn't it? $5,000 is all. He's making it easy for you, folks. Get right in. By the way, tomorrow morning we're going to be in Holton Lake doing an auction for Porth contractors. They've got construction equipment, wheel loaders, crawler tractors, dump trucks. They got some farm equipment. Selling everything out for tomorrow. So if you'd like to take a little trip up north, we'll be starting at 10 o'clock. We got some real estate coming. Where's that real estate you got in 2 weeks, Chuck?
Ada, Lowell area.
Lowell, Ada area. Yeah. And a farm equipment auction too.
Yep.
Yep. All right. We're at 1,835,000 total. Figure the buyer's premium in about $7,000 an acre. We got 90 grand on the one parcel and 1,745,000 on the other parcel. And that's it. Need to come up 10 grand.
$210 on number 3.
Number 3 up to 210. That do it? All right. 852. So number 3, folks, up to 210. You know the problem is we just didn't start high enough on that one. 36 acres. What is that for acre, Beth? That's pretty good buy, isn't it? That was great. So at $5,812 an acre, not including the buyer's premium, so probably pushing close to $6,000. 36 acres, number 3, 210. Who give 215? Number 3, 215 down, now we're good to go. 215 down, now we're going to get 210, 15. 215 down, now we're good to go on number 3. 215 down, now we're going to go on it. 36 acres. 215 down, now we're good to go. Stays at 210 to 852. And once again, all the individuals are back in. Some of these guys have been in and out and in and out and in and out about 6 times and they haven't been once, Chuck.
No.
Huh? I don't get that lucky. Uncle Jake does, but I don't. Anybody else? Yeah. Oh, okay, well, let's get it.
We can open it again.
Just for a little while.
Just for a little bit.
That door. All right, if you look at the chart here, you'll see how it's laid out. All the purple is one buyer, all the green is a second buyer, these two. This darker green is the third buyer, the lighter blue is the fourth buyer, and that, I guess, orangish brownish color is another separate buyer. Oh, and 5, I forgot that one. The pole barn, that's a separate one too. So, yeah. Yep. What do you got?
Everything but 5.
Yep.
There goes 20.
$1.8 million? Not messing around, no. $1.8 million. So that went up $50,000. You know, I couldn't get anybody to bid on that one. It was $1,650,000. So I try again, or am I getting a little sick of it? Anyway, we got $1,810,000 on all of it, besides 5. $1,810,000. $1,810,000 to bid to go on all of it. 270 acres. $1,810,000. Bid $1,800,000. We'll give $1,810,000 to bid to go on all of it, except parcel 5, the pole building. $1,810,000. We'll give $1,810,000 down to the about $1,810,000 on all of it. $1,800,000. We'll give $1,810,000 to bid to everybody else. $1,810,000 stays at $1,800,000. Okay, that went up. What did I say? 40, 50 grand. So that makes it just a little tougher for these other guys, but it doesn't make it impossible. Just got to swallow a little harder. Probably a smart bit. We'll see if it works. What about $7,200 an acre on average with the buyer's premium right now, folks? About $7,200 an acre. Getting close. Just don't want to do it on the other end. So. Yeah, this farm has been in the Baumann family for many, many years, folks. I understand that Howard did a nice job farming for many years and put this farm together. And tonight you got an opportunity to get it bought. You probably haven't had that opportunity ever before. And who knows how long before it comes for sale again. So don't miss out on it. You got an inkling of bidding on one or two or three of them, here's your chance. Good opportunities, prime farmland, location, location, location. That's suit, Kurt. Hey everybody, Kurt has got a brand new suit on. Look at that. How much you pay, Kurt? $100. Somehow I don't believe you. I'll give you turned in a receipt for a lot more than that. And now the truth comes out. So, folks, if you got a question, let us know. Otherwise, we're going to get the clock going here shortly. I don't want to miss anybody. We've been giving each of these guys, each of these players an opportunity. Some of you guys that were, all you guys that were in here, boy, if each or one of you starts out by raising it 10 or 15 or 20, and another guy does, and another guy does, you're there. So don't miss out. Still giving away donuts? Here. Is there one left or more? All right, just a little bit. I'm going to get the clock started, folks. And when I do, there's going to be 3 minutes, okay? So when the clock goes on, there'll be 3 minutes. If there's no bid, it's over. The auction is done. The property is sold. If we get a bid, then we will open it up again. So, you young fellow want a bid. It's getting close to time, all right, bud?
It's really fun.
Dad will appreciate it. But when we get the clock going, it's going to be 3 minutes. But I've given both of these, or all of these gentlemen, an opportunity, and I don't want to cut them short. Yeah. Depending on how we end up, we might be selling some splits at the end. We might not. All right. I think it's time to get the clock going. So here's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to give you 3 minutes from when I say go. And if there's no bid, it's over. If we do get a bid, we restart the clock. So 3 minutes from now. We're at about 7,200 an acre average on everything. There's some less, some more. What you doing, Chuck?
700.
See what happens when I put the clock on? Now we gotta restart it. 700 on 789 to 849. Right?
Yep.
All right. 100 acres, 700 who gets 710. 789, people want to give 710. 710 pound down to be going. 789, 710 pound down to bid. 710 pound down to be about to get 710. 710 pound down to be to go 100 acres, 789. We give 710 to bid. 710 pound down, right at the average is about where we're at. 710 pound down to be about to get 710. Anybody else want in? 710 pound down to be going 789. Stays right there at 849. So folks, all the individuals are back in, 1 through 6. And then 7, 8, and 9 are in at 700. Start the clock. 3 minutes from right now. We're on the clock, folks. We're on the clock, 2.5 minutes. Folks, if you want to bid on one of these other ones, speak up. Here's your opportunity. Here's your opportunity. Two minutes, 10 seconds. What?
Everything's at 5.
Get up 10.
1, 8, 10. 10.
Okay, we're at 1,810,000. You guys want to do 710? Or I change it? I will settle this.
Yep.
Got 710 on 7, 8, 9, Beth. You guys want to do 1,820,000?
849.
1,820,000, guys? Ron? Might as well.
Yeah.
Okay, 1,820,000. So we have to do 720. Guys? Wrong answer. Might want to rethink that one. All right, we'll get the board up to date and we'll start the clock. I think we just got 1,820,000 on 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 270 acres at 1,820,000. And then the pole barn at 90. Is that right, Beth? All right. Yeah, where's that? What is that? $7,275 an acre, folks. We'll get the clock going right now. Wait a minute. What do we do off about 5 from 8? Okay, we got a bid on 5. Oh, I think that's one. What was the number last bid? 841. 95,000. So who's the other bidder? We better get him with. We got 95. You want to give 100 on number 5? You were this close to happiness quite often. 100,000 on number 5. 100,000. Don't let us think you're weak. 100,000 down to bid. 100,000 down to bid. 100. And number 5. 100,000 down to bid. 100. Got 95 on the pole bar. Yes, 100. Now 5, Austin. 105,000. 105. Now 10. $110,000 bid to go. $110,000 bid, Baumann to get 10. $110,000 bid, Baumann to get $10,000 bid to go. Spend some of that money now. $105,000 bid, Baumann to get 10 on the pole barn. Yes or yes? $110,000 bid, Baumann to get 10. Yes or yes? 110. Last call. Here we go. 105. $110,000 bid to go on the pole barn. 110. 105,000. What was the number? 841. He snuck in. I know, I wish that worked for you. A lot of these just got up to 5 right? Yep. Not quite enough to get a big back all the way home. Yeah, are we all up to date, Don? Okay. So there's a change here we got. 1,925,000 total. What do you got, Chuck?
I got 335 on 2. I don't think it's in yet, but
335 on 2. Buyer 850. 335 on 2. Is that what? It puts them in.
like I said.
Hey, Chuck. That star there's got to go. All right. Look at the board, folks. Which one did you get a bid on? 3? Right? 2. We're at 335 on 2. 60 acres. They want to get 340 on number 2. 340, number 2. 340,000, 60 acres. 340,000 down to 8 o'clock, 340 on number 2. 340. Anybody else want in on that? 340. Stays right there. Folks, look at the board. Everybody's back in individually. 1 through
6. I don't have a star on 6.
third state. Chuck. It's a good thing you set precedences where you had 10 or 12 in the day. Otherwise, you might be wrong. 7, 8, 9 are at 7, 10. And all the individuals are back in. It's 1,930,000, right? All right. 7 o'clock, we're at 7,350 an acre right now. 7 o'clock, 3 minutes. Here we go. We're on the clock, don't miss out. We're on the clock, folks. We're at 1,930,000 total. We're down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds. All these individual ones are in. You can jump in on one if you'd like. 7, 8, 9. 2 minutes, roughly. 2 minutes. What you got here? I can tell you that. 45. Minute 45. Down to 1:30, folks. Don't want to miss anybody. One minute, 10 seconds. One minute.
All right.
What do you got?
Everything but 5.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go up to 185.
1,850,000?
Yep.
How much is that now? 25 grand? All right. So we're at 1,850,000 on 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. That leaves 5 back in at 105, right? All right. All right, I think the board's up to date. I'm warning myself out trying to sell that combo, so I'm not gonna. We're gonna get the clock started. 3 minutes from right now. $7,450 an acre right now, folks. $7,450 average. Don't miss out, folks. Some really good opportunities up there. We're at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 2:20. Two minutes. Let us know, folks. Just have to pay one bit more than somebody else right now. But I'll tell you what, you wait till tomorrow once and then you give the high bidder a call. You're going to see the worst case of inflation overnight you ever saw in your life. So don't miss out now. Here's your opportunity. Minute and a half. Get right in, folks. Give us a bid. Good opportunity. Great investment. Minute 10 left. Don't want to miss anybody. Everybody got fair warning here. 1 minute. $50 seconds.
325.
What do you got, Chuck?
325.
On.
Number 4.
All right.
819.
It's 819, 325. Not enough to do it yet.
Not quite enough, but
All right. Then I'm not going to give you a full clock. We did get a bid. We'll go to 2 minutes on this one. So what do we got to get yet? 10 more? 15 more. To tie. So it takes 20 to win. You got to get 20. 2 minutes from right now. Minute 35. Minute 35. Good opportunities, folks. We are now at a minute 10. $7,450 an acre average. 1 minute. Don't miss it, folks. All I can tell you is, I don't know how many times I've got a call the day after the auction and they wish they'd bid more. It happens a lot. And I'll bet it happens tomorrow, but it's too late then, so don't miss it now. We're down to 40 seconds. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds.
Yep.
You got something, Chuck?
I do. I am working with screening.
So here, let me hold this so you pack yourself up. What do you got, Chuck? 220 on 3 to 852. And
720.
720 on 789 to 849. And that does change the board. All right, so we'll update the board. So take a look, folks. 1's in individually, 2's in individually, 3's in, 4's in individually, 5, the pole barn, 6, the 15 acres, and then the combo 7, 8, 9 is in. We're going to give you 3 minutes again, and I think we're up to date. We're at 1,960,000, and we're going to give you 3 minutes right now. We're on the clock. Two minutes, 20 seconds. $205. Check in, folks. Look at the board. Look at the red stars. That tells the story. We're at 1:45. Just tell them to give us $2 million and shut the door, Kurt. Minute and a half.
Where's the drive?
Minute 20. Hey guys, time to get serious now. We're down a minute and 10 seconds. Minute 10. I don't want to miss anybody. Get in. Came here to buy, here's your opportunity. It's still for sale. Tomorrow's going to be too late. 45 seconds. $35 seconds. $25 seconds.
All right. 1 through 9 without 5. Everything but 5. 1, 9.
$1 million. Well, that breaks $2 million for the total, right? All right, we're at 1,000,009. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Up. Went up 45 grand, so you got to get 50 to do anything. So here's where we're at, folks. Parcel 5 is in at 105, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 is in at 1,000,009. And that puts the total at $2,005,000. And what's that per acre, Beth? 7,636 per acre average. We're going to start the clock. 3 minutes. Isn't this fun? If any of you do have land to sell, folks, we sure love to talk to you about it. We're at 2.5 minutes, 2.5. 45. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Two minutes. 2 minutes. What's up, folks? Farmland's always been an outstanding investment, so we're getting right in. Minute and 35. Minute 20.
Just changed. He's got too much money. He doesn't want to export.
Minute 10.
6 or 7%.
One minute. 1 minute. 50 seconds. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't have to end this way. 20 seconds. Folks, 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over. I got a feeling that we probably aren't going to have any bids on the bidding rights since we got pretty much the one guy. Folks, the total tonight, $2,005,000. Add the buyer's premium on, what would that mean, Beth? The total per acre is $7,636. $7,636 average. And with the buyer's premium.
Huh?
Yeah. $2,065,000.
Oh my word,
Thank
it's
you
so
all for
awesome.
coming out. Appreciate the bidding. Buyer number 5 wants to bid on one of those land division parcels. Come up and see me right away.
Too bad that one guy
Otherwise,
gets
we're
go.
going to go to the gentleman.